Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson hits her 100-day milestone this week, but the celebration comes in the middle of a heated debate over public safety and privacy. At the center of the controversy, the mayor's decision to hit pause on CCTV and automatic license plate readers while both programs undergo a full audit. Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman joining us now.
Yeah, that's right, Hannah. I did sit down with the mayor to ask if this audit is a necessary safeguard or if it's putting a delay and, in turn, putting the risk at the community. Public safety remains one of the biggest concerns for Seattle residents. Mayor Katie Wilson is facing tough questions about how she plans to keep the city safe, from police staffing to surveillance cameras.
We need these cameras all over the city.
I want the program expanded, not contracted.
But Wilson is walking a careful line, pausing expansion at the Central District near Garfield High School and around nightlife areas on Capitol Hill. At least 20 cameras will be going up around the Stadium District ahead of the World Cup, but they'll be dark.
We can't lean so heavily on cameras as our public safety strategy. I haven't seen any evidence that cameras really deter or prevent crimes.
The audit, which Public Safety Committee Council Chairman Bob Kettle says needs to be completed in time for the World Cup.
It's not best practice to have the system and just have it turned off and, say, hey, if we get a credible threat, we're just going to turn it on quickly. And it should be noted, too, that we're in a heightened threat environment, especially because of the Iran war.
We really want to do that evaluation before we make decisions to expand.
But is the audit and these intentional conversations Mayor Wilson wants happening at the expense of solving crimes?
I just don't want to be reactive, right?
As gun violence shakes neighborhoods like Rainier Beach, Wilson says her relationship with Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is strong.
Looking ahead, would you say that Chief Sean Barnes is your guy? Do you have the confidence that he can carry out your vision for the next 4 years?
Absolutely. I mean, again, I think that I have a lot of confidence in his leadership. And I think specifically on this gun violence piece, right, he has experience coming from his previous positions.
She acknowledged there's challenges, especially when it comes to teen gun violence and cases like the death of Amar Murphy-Payne, whose murder remains unsolved.
And, speaking as a mother, the idea of losing a child to anything, let alone to gun violence, is just so heart-wrenching, right? We as a community, and in that including the city government, need to figure out what we can do better to support families, when this kind of tragedy happens. And then also, of course, we need to do a lot more to prevent gun violence and from happening in the first place.
So, Allie, I want to be clear. Is the mayor saying no to cameras forever in Seattle?
So far, I don't think we can say that just yet. She did say that she doesn't want to be reactive, and just because we have one shooting in one area that we're going to go and install all of these cameras there. But she says that this audit is crucial and she would be willing to change her mind. So I think it's just kind of a wait and see what that audit says so that she in turn can make an informed decision.
So we know where, Mayor Wilson stands on CCTV cameras, and a lot of Seattle City Council members also agree with her on this. But I'm sure this topic can be controversial depending on who you ask, whether it's business owners or maybe parents. People have different opinions about this, right? So is she hearing those kinds of opinions, or is she just hearing just one side of things here?
No, I think she's pretty much hearing everybody's input on this. This has been a very heated topic of conversation. She hosted a town hall, and she knew that she was just going to be welcoming a slew of comments on whether people want them to shut down, which is what one side is saying. Everybody just wants them to be turned off in fear of privacy and surveillance. But then on the other side of the spectrum, you have business owners and homeowners and parents who say they want more cameras to keep not only their property safe, but the entire community safe, and in turn maybe start tracking some of those individuals who are committing these crimes. As she said before, David, we may disagree on this a little bit. She wants to turn off some of the automatic license plate readers because she says that, and even CCTV, right? Because she says that these cameras don't necessarily help deter or stop crime.
Well, they're never supposed to deter crime. They're supposed to catch the criminals, but we can agree to disagree. All right.
Yeah, and that's what she says, does she have the support from Chief Sean Barnes?
Yeah.
According to a spokesperson, she does.
Okay. Allie, thank you.
Thank you.